Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Rye, issue number 2. This is a hot book, and it's better than the first issue. There might be a good reason for that. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I'm going to tell you 5 hot things about this comic book after we talk about who made it. So, Dan Abnett doing the writing, Juan Jose Ripe on art, Andrew Dalhouse on colors, and on letters, Dave Sharp. This was a sick book. Number 1 on this list, we've got Ghost Zone. So apparently this is a zone, an area where no living thing is supposed to exist. Nothing, anywhere. Now, if we remember some of the original stories from Rye, we get to see that Father, more on him, air quotes, in a moment, Father would sometimes take certain zones and just drop them from New Japan down to Earth, and they would inevitably be destroyed with every living thing in there. Yeah, that kind of sucked. That being said, now we've got ghost zones, areas where it's just not habitable. These areas, it's no use being there anymore because New Japan, Father, everything has failed the future. Well, Rye may have had something to do with that, but for good reason, for very good reason. Cut off an arm cut off the limb to save the body. Wow. Let's get talking about number 2 on this list, Loci. Yeah, there wasn't supposed to be anything living here, including AI. Unfortunately, there is something here, and it seems to be in a massive amount of suffering. Loci is an artificial intelligence with very limited parameters. She, if I can use that term, is actually meant to be the AI of a house, kind of like a butler, but so much more. So when a family lives at a house, whether it's living or artificial, otherwise, Loci is supposed to take care of that family. And if she doesn't have someone to take care of, well, then she's not fulfilling her destiny, her life's goal, right? She's not living up to her full potential. In fact, she's getting none of her potential out of this, and it's breaking her from the inside. And Rye has his own theories on what exactly is happening. It seems as though he's wrong, but he's not willing to listen to reason. I'm actually okay with that, considering the hatred that he has for Father. What exactly am I talking about? I'm talking about number 3 on this list, and that is the offspring. Apparently, if you get like 12 of these things together, then they'll be able to reform Father. Father is a very bad thing. We've seen what Father can do. In fact, Valiant Comics, thank you, was very kind enough to send this to me to get me an idea of what exactly has happened in Rye's past. So 4001 AD. Wow. Sick, dude. Sick. This is where I got the whole cut off the limb to save the body, to preserve the body moment. I'm only halfway through it, and it's hard to put it down, but, I got current comic books to keep up with. Anyway, this is wicked. This is like pure form wicked right here. This offspring program, if you get 12 of them together, they can reform Father. Very bad news, but this one seems to be, at least Rye's original idea was that it's cannibalizing the Loci program. Maybe the program itself is saying, no, that's not what's happening. But Rye and Raijin, they actually know better. So they understand what's going on. So what exactly is really happening there, we don't get the chance to find out. Rye's not the type of person to listen to nonsensical excuses from programs that are undeniably evil. Let's talk about, real quick, number 4 on this list, because this really is the main theme of the book, and that is Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. If you've ever read this book, a book, mind you, that was turned down by, I just looked it up recently, I think it was 152 publishers before somebody else finally took it on, and they didn't expect it to do any good. This was a really beautiful book, and it's been on the bestseller list since, the 60s, the 40s, whenever it was written, on and off of the bestsellers list, and it'll make a comeback again because it's a good time for it. Really beautiful book, and that seems to be the theme that I'm reading here in Rye. I could be completely wrong with this, but we take from our life experiences, right? We try to make sense out of life based on those experiences. And I think that this book could go another 8-10 issues just like this, because it seems to be following that theme. You come, it's just a wanderer or two in the desert on a motorcycle or not, and suddenly some kind of a problem comes up. You can either try and freewheel it and hope for the best, or you can actually try to learn this machine that you're on. Try and figure out how it works. Know when something's off and idle, running a little bit high because of the dampness in the air, whatever. And then preventative maintenance as opposed to actual maintenance. You know the saying, an ounce of cure is worth, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. There we go. Yeah, that seems to be the theme of this book. It also feels a little bit like Kung Fu, The Legend Continues, you know? You got threats popping up, and Rai and son, father, has to actually deal with those threats. Some of them are cosmic level threats. Some of them are like really major threats. Some of them are just small time threats. And that's really what I would love to read in this book. It fits the theme so damn perfectly. Seeing these two, seeing the quest for peace that Rai is on right now, and then seeing the brashness of Raijin trying to, you know, hey, let's amp it up a little bit, Dad. This is, you know, son. This is a great theme for this book, and it could keep going if they wanted to. It's Abnett. I'm sure this book is in really good hands. Finally, let's talk about number 5 on this list, and that is this art team. They straight kill it. I am loving what this art team is doing, all the way down to, like, there's the one picture in here that is straight off of a cover. I think it was a cover for issue 1. That you actually get to see it in this issue, which is awesome. That is hot. I wonder which one of these scenes, like, I wonder if is this the main, let me see really quick. Is this the main issue 221? Yes, this is the first printing. Shoot, so I think this is a variant cover. Darn it. Anyway, I'm wondering if we're going to see, oh, actually, I think we did see this. We saw this scene in issue 1. Yo, hold on, man. I see what they're doing here. I see what they're doing. And I like it. I totally approve. I like seeing the combination, the correlation between the issues, so they all kind of feel like they're actually a part of the same thing. The art team can do that. More power to you, brothers and sisters, and to everybody, all right? But all the way down to Dave Sharp, doing the white letters with the green shadowy silhouette backgrounds and whatnot. Like, I don't think that would work on my videos. But I'm telling you, man, like, it works really well in this book. This book works from beginning to end. Definitely follow this. Rai is the superhero of the future, as far as I'm concerned. I feel like you know what would be a great crossover? Rai in the 2099 universe over in Marvel. Oh, did I just say that? Yes, I did. Because, wow, what a crossover that would be. This is a character, especially if he stays like this, especially if he's just wandering, trying to remain peaceful. Of course, he's not going to be able to maintain that pacifistic mentality in this brutal future. But, I am loving this right now. Everything about this book. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.